Hello and welcome to Bible Bites Daily. Today we have reached 1 Samuel chapter 8. In this chapter we see a pivotal moment in the history of Israel. As the people demand a king to rule over them, this chapter holds a crucial lesson for us about the dangers of rejecting God's kingship and seeking human leadership instead. The single important lesson from this chapter is that when we reject God's sovereignty and seek earthly rulership, we open ourselves upon disappointment and spiritual decline. The Israelites, influenced by the behavior of Samuel's sons and the desire to be like other nations, approached Samuel and demanded a king to lead them. Although Samuel warned them about the consequences of having a human king, the people insisted on their demand. They desired a visible and tangible leader to fight their battles and govern them, rather than trusting in God's guidance and provision. As a result of their insistence, God granted their request but warned them about the oppressive nature of human kingship. The appointment of a king marked a turning point in Israel's history, leading to periods of both prosperity and turmoil. This narrative serves as a cautionary tale for us today. It reminds us of the danger of placing our trust in human leaders or systems instead of relying on God's sovereignty and guidance. When we prioritize earthly power and authority over God's kingship, we risk straying from His perfect will and experiencing the consequences of our choices. Furthermore, the chapter highlights the importance of obedience and trust in God's plan. Even when it may seem unclear or challenging, despite Samuel's warnings, the Israelites persisted in their desire for a king, ultimately leading to their own downfall. As we reflect on this narrative, let us examine our own hearts and attitude towards God's kingship in our lives. Are there areas where we have placed our trust in human leaders or worldly systems instead of surrendering to God's sovereignty? This is an important question that we need to put to ourselves. Let us recommit ourselves to honoring God as the ultimate ruler of our lives and seeking His will above everything else. In doing so, let us remember the words from Psalms 146 verse 3, which says, "Put not your trust in princes, in a son of a man, in whom there is no salvation." May we always look to God as our true King and find refuge in His unfailing love and faithfulness. Thank you for joining us today. May God bless you all in abundance.